Hey guys, I shot a segment last night. It was getting kind of late and I wasn't really paying attention, and I was doing a lot of camera holding during some shots. And once I imported the footage, realized that I must have had my hand over the microphone or something, because the audio was going haywire for about the first half of it. So I wanted to reshoot the first part, so you'll see me change clothes in a minute here. And just decided to shoot while I was out for a morning walk. So, as I know that I've talked about in at least one previous blog by this point, and I'm sure that you're all well aware, for especially all of those of you who play 40K, that 6th edition just dropped. And in the excitement of all of that, I've decided to pick up another 40K army. Big surprise. This one is going to be a Blood Angels army, but I didn't want to just do plain Blood Angels. I decided that I was going to do a Chaos-themed Blood Angels. I actually saw someone do this army once before. It was actually a guy that I was working with on possibly doing a terrain commission. He had a gigantic army up on the DACA forums, and it was stunning. I'll see if I can rummage up some pictures of it for you, and I'll put them. I'll throw a few of these up while I'm talking about it. But essentially, it was Blood Angels with some Chaos bits, and the paint job on it was really simple. It was just blacks and reds. But they were in super stark contrast, and it was just gorgeous. It was absolutely an amazing paint scheme and looked really simple. It wasn't necessarily that it wasn't a whole lot of work to do. I'm sure that it was a tremendous amount of work to do, especially with the amount that this guy had. He had just a mountain of stuff in this army. I feel like he looked at the codex and said, okay, how many of these can I take? Oh, I can take 3 of them. I'll buy 3. So literally everything that that you could take in the codex, he had the maximum amount that you could possibly do. The only thing that I think he didn't have the max amount for was probably rhinos, drop pods, and he may have been really close, but I don't think he was quite all the way there for dreads. He didn't have the gazillion that you can take in Blood Angels. I added it up at one point. It's over 10, I know. What was it? I feel like it was like 13 or something. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't completely maxed out, but it was close. So this Blood Angels army, I've got a few things done right now, and I've got the footage from last night, and I'll show that to you. Mostly what I've got at the moment is just a bunch of Terminators and some HQs that I made out of some random parts that I had laying around. There's a couple of jump pack captains, or jump pack captain and jump pack librarian, plus Terminator versions of both of the same. Okay, so I got a small group of them here right now. It's mostly Terminator stuff. I just had a whole bunch of the old Blackreach Terminators, and I did have some actual Chaos Terminators as well, and thought I'd just sort of mix and match bits, try to make some interesting combinations here and there. It's like I don't want them to look too terribly, you know, full-blown Chaos, though a lot of these Terminators are pretty much just Terminator or Chaos Terminators. I'm trying to have it look a bit more like maybe they ransacked some gear from some Chaos that they hunted down, but they've sort of adopted some of the aesthetic for themselves. So here is a jump pack captain that I made, and I'm using one of the I think it's the Possessed wings. I can't remember specifically which kit this came from, but sorry. This is going to be a jump pack captain. I started off with a Sanguinary Guard base model here. Replaced the jetpack with the wings here, obviously, and then did a custom Infernus pistol here. The Sanguinary Guard has the arm-mounted weapon, very Grey Knight-ish in my opinion, but I wanted an Infernus pistol, and I thought I'd keep it arm-mounted, so I nabbed the Melta, the Combi Melta, off of the command sprue from one of the Apocalypse sprues I had laying around, and sort of built up some plastic around that and chopped out the bits that I wanted and mounted them on the arm like the gun that I removed. And I also replaced the head with one of my favorite Chaos Marine heads. I don't know what it's called. If somebody knows like which armor this actually was, or if it has a name, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what exactly it is, so if I'm looking for it somewhere, I can search it by name. But yeah, they're also on these bases I made. I've got to trim them up a little bit on the edges. I know it's a little bit tough to see. Let me see if I can tone down the lighting just a touch here. Might be able to see it a touch better. There we go. They're just these sort of crumble, like it's flagstone or some sort of stone bases. But yeah, I sculpted these and made a mold of them. So all the small base guys in the army are going to have these bases here. We've got some more Blackreach Marines. Figured I'm going to be filling out some of the ranks with a handful of those guys. I just had them laying around, might as well use them. I've also, up on the shelf there, you can see them up on pegs, is another tactical squad that I started painting as Blood Angels some time ago, and never quite finished up on that project. Here's another conversion I did. This is Blackreach Terminator body with a Terminator chest plate from a normal Space Marine Terminator kit. Is a Blackreach power weapon arm with a Chaos Combi Melta weapon arm and shoulder pad to match, and a Chaos helmet. But I've also put on these really nice wings, which are actually from one of the Exilis kits. In fact, the kit that these come in, it's the Nephilim / Archangel kit. Well worth it just for the wings. I think the box comes with 5 of them, and so that's 5 pairs of wings. And right now, I don't think that people can sell the Exilis stuff fast enough. I think it's tanked so hard that prices are just dropping out the bottom. So, and then obviously this base piece is the Chaos Terminator Lord base. I just happen to have an extra one laying around, so I thought that might make for a cool Terminator Captain. So got that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else interesting. Oh, Jump Pack Librarian. I did a Grey Knight shoulder pad. I took out the sword, so it's just got the book, and got a sort of scroll thing going on there, and some more scrolls on the back, and this Chaos shoulder pad here. So that was pretty cool, and I love this helmet. And this is one of the old metal jetpacks I still had laying around in the bits box. And the body is just some old Chaos Marine that's been beaten up and used a bunch of times and stripped down and repainted. And I got it on one of my nice new resin bases. So, aside from that, one of my gaming buddies here is doing the same as me. Basically starting up a new army for 6th edition just to try out something new and fun. And he decided to pick up some Tyranids and was asking me if I could help him with some of the Tyranid spore pods, basically the Tyranid equivalents to drop pods. And I managed to make this up for him. So let me get this in the shot here. I need to sort of finish out the lip in here, I think, a little bit. I think it looks a little rough right there. But I think that turned out pretty well, considering I did this in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. one night. I can show you just my quick rundown of the process. I actually made a quarter of it, took a foam sphere and then fleshed it out with a little bit more foam up here, made two ribs out of plastic and glued those down, and then took a plastic bag, just like, you know, regular old plastic bag material, and stretched it across and then coated it in expanding polyurethane foam, just like great stuff. You can pick it up at a hardware store, and just sort of wiped it back and forth to make this sinewy look, and then let it dry. And once it was done, I used instant mold, which is just a heated up and press it on mold stuff, and made a quick mold out of this, and poured some resin into it. And you can see up here where the spines are. And it takes a little bit of doing, but you just gotta watch it, I guess. But yeah, it took about 2 hours to make, and I'd say it's pretty decent for just a quick one-off resin cast type deal. You might even be able to cut it off at an angle and stick it down to a base so it looks like it's stuck in the ground. Anyway, I think it looks like some sort of weird alien fruit, like some sort of mutant pineapple. Anyway. Or if you guys ever saw that movie, Ernest Scared Stupid, like the weird little fruits that are hanging off the tree that spawn the trolls or orcs or whatever they are. So, anyway, just a little bit of 90s nostalgia for you there. I'll give you some more updates as I progress with my Chaos Blood Angels. As always, thanks for watching. Tune in for future installments, and happy wargaming.